What's going on, everyone? It is I, Phoenix Wright. Welcome back to Justice for All, in which Acro supposes he could have lifted something the size of that bust. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? That's kind of a dumb question. I feel like the whole pressing isn't going to help you much thing is going to stay here. No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Actually, come to think of it, he's got like all that upper body equipment and stuff. He would probably do very well with, picking something up. I think the big problem is not its weight. The problem is how bulky it is. Well, it's life size, which means it kind of looks really bulky in the court record, but it had kind of a tiny table. So yeah, he probably could. The problem is, if he's got it in even one hand, it's hard to wheel a wheelchair, with, just one or no hands. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before. It's not really that shiny, or I think the cards might have been, it still would probably be too heavy for a monkey. God, stop it with the birds. ... And he's gonna let it go peck at me, I assume. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? He has all that upper body equipment in his room. Well, honestly, I've given up on training. He still looks, he's got some biceps. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope, so he's just gonna chill in his apartment for as long as, I guess the ringmaster's dead, so as long as the new guy just lets him freeload, I suppose. You don't say. But, no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. In his wheelchair? I mean, if I was in a wheelchair, maybe. I suppose he's probably wheeling the wheelchair itself probably helps him with that upper body strength, doesn't it? See, neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright! I didn't lose either, Slowpoke. Nick. Whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? Because he mentioned beating me in a race. I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear, but not the average lion, apparently. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. There's still you still have to think, what if he would have to have an accomplice, but apparently that was the wrong answer. So, I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out the window! There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. Express that. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that the nerves were severed. Oh, damn. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Which it'll probably be never, actually. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bus, he would not be able to see out below the window, and wouldn't be able to wheel his chair. That makes it impossible for me to have known the locations of the ringmaster's head. The only thing I can think there is present the note. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. She's gonna give me a hint, I suppose. If you knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust, which would be the note. That does make sense. So Maya is sort of prodding me along to go with that direction. If only I could prove it somehow. Yeah, the Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. That'd be the note. ... I think I've already explained things sufficiently. So, this would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him, don't you think? I'm just gonna keep pressing everything, just for the hell of it. It's not getting we're not getting anything out of this like we were before. If all you had to do was drop it, it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, right, I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could score a direct hit on the Ringmaster's head. So yeah, it seems to be the, pushing me in the present something about this direction. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro's strong enough to lift up the bust. So Maya is again saying that the main problem is how he could have aimed for the Ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the Ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you got. Wait, I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool. No, but maybe we overlooked something. I'm gonna guess it's the note, or I just had a thought that perhaps it could be money, and he got money to distract him, and then he used the sound. Okay, I'm gonna take a state. Where is it? There. And present. Let me just look through what I have. There's the crime photo. There's also the box. He could have dropped the box first. That actually would explain a lot. If he had the box and then dropped it, because, the Ringmaster probably didn't take that out there with him. Let's see. He could have dropped the box, then the Ringmaster would go, "What the hell was that?" and walk over and he'd, take his best guess, I suppose. So that's an idea. Or the hat, if the Ringmaster was actually the one who was in Max's costume, then he could have, the hat would be pretty easy. He takes a good look down there and then, aims. Lots of these would actually work. Broken bottle, I don't think that's gonna be it. The circus map, I don't think that's gonna be it. Money. Neon, the autopsy report, the wooden box, I don't think that's gonna be it. Grand Prix photo, actually let me look at the bus. Or that's the note. See. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, there are some pieces of, like, the cards are kind of shiny, as well as the sort of thing there. The one thing about the note that bothers me, though, is the Lodging House Plaza. It says, meet tonight at the Lodging House Plaza, and yet, if we look at the circus map, the Lodging House Plaza is kind of a big area, so it wouldn't be like he would know an exact spot. I have a feeling this is the statement we present against. But I'm not 100% sure on what. Let me see, let's present the note. Nope, the music kept going. Alright, and say, Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. And he's gonna go, no, it does! I don't see anything contradictory, so, yeah, this is wrong. Let's reload that. I'll keep throwing things at it, and if any of them stick, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll take a look at the walkthrough. Oh, it was the crime photo. All right. So much for the cut. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless! Mr. Phoenix Wright, enough stalling! How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting, and I just presented evidence. Say, yes! Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright! So I assume he's going to bring out the evidence now. I'm not going to present more. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box, which he probably checked out the window first. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? See, when Ben and company saw the Ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. which would mean that it was placed there by the killer, in this case, allegedly Acro. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. Or he may not have dropped it there at the time. He may have just put it there. Put a note on it that says, "Hey, take a look at me," and then, you know, he checks the bust out and say, "I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense." The moment the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Okay. Huh. So we put the wooden. I guess the theory that Phoenix is proposing is he put the wooden box there. It was filled with pepper. Maybe some of the pepper got out and made him sneeze? I don't know. Let's see. Give me a second. I need to think. So, I'm coming up with theories here. So the idea is that maybe somehow Acro made it so that he would be able to tell when the box was lifted up. I can't imagine there was like a tracking device in it or anything. Right. Maybe he was hoping for grunts and, you know, hope for the best, I guess. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the box were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. But, really? Order! 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 This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question is... So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box in the scene? That would be Acropole. It was Mr. Dinkling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ew. You'd think he would have done it, like, beforehand. Okay. So, he instructed the ringmaster to come down, and then he lowered a rope. He lowered it himself, and then it was like, "Hey, look at that," or something, and then chucked the bust at him. I don't know. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! The ringmaster said it could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. It was close enough. That's why the box was so specially made to be super fucking heavy. This is specially made, indeed. It had the most peculiar feature: the weight of the box. Let's see. I'm going to take a state, but I'm pretty sure that's it, because it only has a small seasoning bottle in it, yet it weighs 20 pounds. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight! According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds! Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see! One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? Indeed. So he could probably... Again, Acro's probably gonna have to guess, but... That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large, so perhaps the size probably would have worked... Ah, crap. Sure. Give me a moment. Say, my rate meter was blocking the... court record button again. I didn't notice until just now, so sorry if that messed things up. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. The key word here is approximately, but... Fool! No, he's remaining calm. I'm guessing this isn't our last testimony. How long is that animation going to take? Does she even bother to listen to me anymore instead of just calling me a fool? I've heard what you've had to say. Exclamation point. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. You did! Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust onto the ringmaster? What are you talking about? Even if I wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. Except you just testified that you probably could? Why is the box showing up and not the bust? What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? It was all the way at the cafeteria, so we would have had to get... Oh, God. Okay, I'm moving my emulator to somewhere else in hopes that Rain Meter doesn't fuck it up. So I remember it was at the cafeteria. No, now that Rain Meter is fucking it up. Even more so. Okay, hopefully things will be okay here. I might just have to disable Rain Meter. It's messing up OBS. Okay, the original location, it was at the cafeteria. I'm going to take a state, but I'm going to say I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. But what happened to it? It probably money nabbed it. Let's see. How heavy is the actual bust itself? That was, like, the exact numbers. That's what I want to know. I'd like to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... See, you understand what I mean, don't you? Unless... Perhaps there's also the chance that he made off with it while everyone was distracted by Max hitting, clonking Ben over the head. I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? The answer is either money or the broken bottle. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice! Unless money counts as an accomplice. That is exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria! Yeah, we definitely have a problem here. But there's no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen, once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation! How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Okay, I'm gonna take a state, but I'm gonna go with Money the Monkey. So music is still going. Oh, it's right. Okay, a monkey! Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. For instance, he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bus? Indeed I am. Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. Or perhaps the monkey just stole it and it happened to be opportune. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Acro is mad now! Exclamation point. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?! But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny, but the cards. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding! Yes, indeed. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny, and also heavy and impossible to earthbend. Or metal bend, excuse me. Wah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. Especially because the monkey plays basketball, trained by a bodybuilder. See, well, kinda. Upper body. He's kind of a bodybuilder-ish thing. I don't know. He's also got lots of Native American, tribal things. And, a headband. I don't know what's up with this dude. Say, ... If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. So, he's admitted it himself there. Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Okama! I'm trying, I would normally scream that, but I'm still got the whole, remember the noise violation. If neighbors are listening to this, I'm not arguing with anyone, I'm just let's play Phoenix Wright. Let's see. God. Anyway, I lost track of what I was doing, but yeah, I'm gonna try to not be so guttural with everything, I'm recording at 1 o'clock in the afternoon this time, so it's not as bad as before, but yeah. So, anyway, the judge says, where's the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. Oh yeah, we were still searching for it yesterday. I'm guessing that it would probably be in Acro's room, so, Money brought it back. This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case? Well, in that event, something else must have been used as a murder weapon. So we were just stalling for time here, and, there's something else that was the actual murder weapon. See, well, Or maybe this bus was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident. Okay. That's possible. What's that? What do you mean used by accident? You don't just accidentally drop a bust from below. Maybe Acro saw money's mountain with stolen goods and thought to use one of them. So he just needed something, not specifically the bust. See, ... Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! This argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so bamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know! I'm gonna see. You forgot that your friend of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime! Or fraud of a magical client, not friend. So... unless it was the bust itself. Maybe he had it on a wire or something. Yo, the bust... Like, perhaps, like, the bust, there was the cloak. Perhaps he put the hat on the bust and wrapped the cloak around it and then put it all on wires or something to lift it up later. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I don't know, this is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown saw the murderer. Who was it then? Okay. So, I'm going to take a state. I'm curious. What happens if I try to just present the bust itself? He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person who saw this. So that's probably wrong, but they still put a whole thing in there. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. I'm going to object. Okay. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. So, no, this is right. Say, right. Say, ... Also, that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. It was an action figure. So my theory was correct, I guess. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. Karma's going to object. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw just happened to be wearing that cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust, exactly what I was saying. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on the bust if they came into contact. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? Someone trying to frame Max. It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. We got our speed lines, and then the judge just has to interrupt. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case. Don't you agree? He caught me. So I was trying to claim his own. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Okay, time to take a state. I'm gonna guess it would be Acro himself. Other than that, my guess would be the ringmaster. Maybe he was instructed to put the cloak on the bust when it was lowered, and then the bee just swung the bust and killed him, and then brought the bust back up. I'm gonna say it was Acro himself, first of all. But I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Red. So the music sort of got less interesting, and this seems generic, so I'm probably going to lose here. The defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice. So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak? Well, Furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene! So spotted at the scene. I'm guessing it's the ringmaster. And then she's saying this person, which sounds generic, so... I'm sorry, so yeah, that's wrong. Okay. And she's so nice about telling me I'm wrong, it hurts even more. Ow! The flavors of Ankara carrot and whip approach! Okay. So this is sending us back. Okay, let's reload. I'm gonna guess it was the ringmaster then. Let's present that. So, this is different, so that's probably it. Fool! Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? Well, that's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak onto the bust. Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Now, what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? So, if the ringmaster was wearing the cloak, right? So, Phoenix mentioned that the cloak could get snagged on something. When he hit the ringmaster, it snagged the cloak that he was wearing, and which is why there was, and he wasn't wearing the white roses. He happened to forget about those. I guess they're still on Max's person, aren't they? And the silk hat fell off his head, and yeah, I'm guessing that Acro really wanted to kill Max, not the ringmaster, but because he was wearing. But I'm guessing the deal is Acro probably wanted revenge on Regina, and so when Regina got the note, the ringmaster went out instead to sort of take the blame, but he wore Max's cloak for some reason. I don't know. That's odd. Why would he wear Max's cloak to that? Anyways, so it probably got snagged. That whole thing wasn't really intentional. And he had a rope. Say, then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Why am I using Von Karma's voice for that? Say, explain yourself! Do you really have a handle on all of this? I got it mostly. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Ecker used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and he dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box, which, okay. So, why would he, I guess so that, but wouldn't the ringmaster be able to see that and just walk into the trap? At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume for some fucking reason. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Hey, he's wearing the white roses there, okay. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house. Which by Ben, but none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. So he didn't want to be seen. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. But obviously not long enough to, not bring it back up. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, the silk hat fell off and it grabbed the cloak. That was an interesting depiction of it. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. Eh? Why is the cloak the only thing that's not black and white in there? See, with a shock of impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust. That's when the sound was heard by a witness, and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. I feel really stupid for having to have this pointed out to me, by the way, that it's Larry, Curly, and Moe, the Three Stooges. I had to look it up on the wiki, and I was like, oh god, I'm fucking dumb. See, when Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bus. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bus being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bus up. In a very oddly diagonal direction. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be, and only one set of footprints. Everyone's silent. Now, except me, of course. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could only have been you. ... Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. Ha ha ha, end of his rope. So! What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? I have a lot of it, actually. Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Damn. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Okay. That's right, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I should explain how there can only be one possible murder method. Excellent, say, but there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Just what? Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. The fuck? That's a really generic thing to have hard proof against. Huh. Okay. Hard proof you unraveled the trick. Is he wearing heels? He is. Damn. Huh. Has anything not been presented yet? Huh. Hard proof. Seasoning bottle. I don't know. I'm gonna take a state. I'm gonna try presenting a few things. We're about at the end of the video anyway. Let's see. I'll present three things, and then if none of them are right, then I'll just end the video. The seasoning bottle. See, Von Karma says ... Everyone's silent. Try again. Fuck. Okay. Let's reload that. Okay. What would? Oh. It could be the note. We haven't presented that yet. Duh. Everyone's silent still. Okay, so this is still probably wrong. Okay, I'll try again. Alright, that's a really long, you have to wait for everyone. Huh. Hard proof that I've unraveled the trick to this magic case. Could it potentially be Bat? So, if that's not it, then yeah, this isn't it. Alright. I'm gonna end the video here, I think. I'll come back once I actually figured it out. and which will possibly involve a walkthrough and all. I'll tell you. But until then, oh god, I just realized Rain Meter's fucking things up again. I'm just gonna have to disable Rain Meter while playing this game. Or perhaps move the window to somewhere where it wouldn't be affected. Whatever. That's for later. Hopefully those glitches won't happen again. I'm not even sure if you got to see any of them. Alright. Phoenix Red. I'm out.